Morning, everybody. It's so wonderful to have you with us this morning. Just a little feedback on what we're going to be talking about today. We had a few inquiries after our last Style Lounge, and it was basically people who start out in something and how to gain your confidence and how to be amazing and feel amazing at what you do, because I think sometimes it's so hard that we see other people soaring, we see other people just like making it happen, and it almost daunts us, it stunts us from growing. And so what we decided to do today was we decided that we were going to give you a little bit of insight as to where our journey started, our backgrounds, and how that helped us to become who we are, where we are, and encourages us every day to be the best version of ourselves. So if you have any questions, please pop them in the chat box. We would love to answer anything that you may have to ask us. But for starters, Ronel's going to introduce herself, and then I'm going to launch into my story. And if you've got any questions for me, let me know. And then we're going to hear Ronel's story as well.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ronel LaRue. I am part of Image Innovators South Africa and also part of Image Innovators on a global level. I am the consultant and office manager in South Africa, and I obviously take care of all of our consultant needs. And I just love being an image consultant myself. So I am a trainer for South Africa, and I'm also a qualified image consultant and makeup artist, and I practice what I preach daily. So basically, I've been in business for 7 years and still going strong, loving every moment of it. And I cannot wait to share my story with you guys. So I think it's very important that Kyla shares hers first. She's our beautiful CEO, and she always has such an inspirational story, and I cannot top that. So it's always good to get a head start so she can make a good first impression.
Well, as they say, sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. But, you know, being the CEO of Image Innovators South Africa has been such an incredible journey for me. It's helped me to grow in areas that I didn't even know that I was capable of growing in. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's one of the things I want to encourage you right in the beginning is do something you're scared of. Do something that frightens you, because I promise you, those are the things that are going to make you grow. They are going to make you twinkle. They're going to make you dazzle. And for me, as long as you're trying something new every day, that's what it's all about. It's sowing a seed, and it's feeding the seed, and it's watering that plant to make it the most beautiful you've ever seen. Right. So that's a little encouragement there. I think for me, I was thinking about my journey and where I started off. And you know what, I'm going to go right back to the beginning. I am a pastor's daughter. I know, don't laugh. As a pastor's daughter, you are either supposed to be the most well-behaved person in the planet, or you are supposed to be the typical pastor's child that is the naughty one that always gets to go in the naughty corner. So unfortunately, I was the latter of the two. That basically, I kind of always wanted to rebel against everything. And I think in doing that, it almost takes you away from the comfort of what you should be and what you've always known. Anyway, but as I said, that was where my journey started. When did I start becoming or finding that I lacked confidence? I think it was when I started probably high school, and you start comparing yourself to other people. You start looking at other girls and thinking, well, they're so much more beautiful than I am. They're so much more clever than I am. They're better athletes than I am. Everything about them was better than I was. And you know what the problem is that it's that I was putting that pressure on myself, because you know what, quite frankly, if I look back, I was beautiful. I was competent. I was clever. I mean, I was so clever that I didn't even have to learn at school. I just had to read it and it stuck in my mind. And so, like, I think that we put so much pressure on ourselves to be somebody else. And we forget that by being the best version of ourselves, it's God only put one of you on this earth. So why try and be the best version of somebody else? I mean, really. And I remember once I was walking in a shopping center, and there was a modeling agency that was trying to scout models. And I was walking with one of my most beautiful, beautiful friends. And I remember them coming up to her and saying, would you like to sign up to become a model? And that one little thing made me feel so ugly and so, what's the word? Diminished. And I just thought, you see, that proves that's everything that I thought about myself. And I think that only through challenging myself, through looking at myself through different eyes, through just seeing the best of myself, it's helped me to grow in confidence. And I can tell you right now that a lot of the reason that I never did stuff in my life was because I was fearful. I was fearful of failing. I was fearful of not being the best. I was fearful of like completely failing and making a boo-boo. And guess what? Can I tell you something? I have failed. I have failed at many things, but can I tell you that those failings have made me grow? They have made me be a better version of me. They've helped me to see where my stumbling blocks are and to build on those, because everything that you go through in life is a building block. It's a building block to make you a castle. And you know what? That's what you got to visualize every day. You got to visualize your castle and you building the most magnificent mansion you could ever have built. But those things start with the bricks. They start with digging where you're going to lay that foundation. And if you don't have a solid foundation, I can guarantee you it is never going to work. And I want to tell you that in my whole journey growing up, like I suffered from bulimia. I suffered from so many things. And you know what? It's okay. It's okay to have suffered from things, because you know what? They make you better. They make you stronger. They make you more mature. And yeah, I would hate to walk into a room full of people that are perfect, because you know what? I mean, I know like some of us are a bit perfect. But you know what? It's so amazing to be able to relate to people on a level that we can communicate on, and that's they understand that we've also been there, that we've gone through hardships. And I mean, growing up, we moved house probably 20 times as children. I never got to make a best friend because we were always moving and because we were past as children. I went for boyfriends who were ugly and they were mean to me, and they were abusive. They were abusive mentally, they were abusive physically. But you know what? If people ask me, like, would you have changed any of that? No, I wouldn't. Because you know what? It taught me to be strong. It taught me to be brave. It taught me to be bold. And it taught me to just give it horns. And I just want to encourage you all. Don't look on your past and go like, oh, I came from this terrible upbringing. So what? It doesn't matter. It matters that you let that help you to be something amazing.
You've risen above it.
Exactly. And by rising above it, you've conquered. And that's what we all are. We conquerors. So yeah, so that's basically a little bit of my story. As I said, if you've got any questions for me, please ask.
Well, Kyla, personally, I think that's not the whole story. So today, fast forward until today, like from high school to where we are today, you are obviously the CEO of Image Innovator South Africa. You are the master license holder of this amazing brand. And we import the most basically like award
award-winning.
tongue is like completely tied today. We import award-winning products and resources to our consultants. We train in internationally recognized material. We offer the best of the best there is for image consultants around the world in South Africa. And you did this, you made this happen. So obviously there's a little bit background there as well. And I would love for you to share with people like how your journey as an image consultant started and how you got to not just being an image consultant, but owning the master license holder for South Africa, which is an amazing achievement for, I feel, anyone that is in your position. So please do share a little bit about that, because I don't think people realize what goes into something like that and how your confidence grew with this business as well.
Absolutely. So thank you for that, Ronel. I think, you know what, I think one forgets, you're so busy focusing, I was so busy focusing on sort of why I became where I am today, but yes, forgetting to sort of embellish on that a little. And I think, so for starters, I studied as an image consultant about 13 years ago. I did my course, I walked out of that classroom and suddenly I was so lost. I was so daunted. I felt so challenged and I felt under-equipped to go out into the big wide world and to start practicing as an image consultant. So I started very slowly. I started doing a little bit of this, but I lacked the confidence. I lacked the confidence to believe in myself. I lacked the confidence to go out there and share with the world what I knew I was already good at. As an image consultant, people that become image consultants, they don't just become image consultants because they're looking for a career. They become image consultants because they are passionate about people. They are passionate about helping people develop their best versions of themselves, helping people find their uniqueness, helping people grow in self-confidence. And believe me, you have to have your own self-confidence if you're going to help somebody else grow in their self-confidence. And I lacked all of that. And it goes back to that thing we were talking about earlier about fear. I was fearful that I would fail. I was fearful that I would give somebody the wrong information. There were so many fears that I lived with. And you know what? It held me back. It held me back for so many years from blessing other people with the knowledge that I had, with the skill that I had, with who I am. Because you know what? I'm a passionate person. I lead with heart. And that is what I'm so proud of, who I am as a person. And so anyway, as I started growing in my self-confidence and learning a little bit more, because I think that's a really important thing in any career, is every day just to add a little bit of value to your knowledge, to your skill, to your confidence. Just every day, just learn a little something. I want to encourage you to do that. That is what started helping me. Then I got very involved. I had a photographer friend and she got me involved in fashion styling. And oh my goodness, was that something I loved. I still love it to this day. However, things have obviously with COVID and everything that's been happening, that sort of area has slowed down a little bit. However, it was so fun working in a team environment, creating looks that you think out of like the box. There are so many things that you do that you would never in your life put an outfit like that together, but seeing it on camera and seeing somebody like oozing it gives this, I don't know, it's like having
a phenomenal experience.
It's like having a milkshake with marshmallows and Lindt chocolates and Smarties and jelly tots all in one. I'm telling you, it's like one of those things that you can't help. It just makes you smile. So that was how I got involved sort of and started gaining more confidence in my ability as an image consultant. And funny enough, being a fashion stylist on photo shoots and editorials and magazines and all that kind of thing, you realize what you've learned as an image consultant, you suddenly see how it all starts coming together. And through both Ronel and I being fashion stylists, we actually created a fashion styling course, which we have had the pleasure of producing, or not producing, but
presenting, yeah.
Yes, and one of our consultants has actually gone on to become the fashion stylist on Glam Guru on CakeNet. She's one of our consultants that did the fashion styling course with us, and yeah, so we're very proud of those aspects that have made us be who we are. So how did I become the master license holder, the CEO for Image Innovators South Africa? I saw an advertisement somewhere. And you know what? I think as individuals, and as I said, we need to grow. We need to add value to our lives. I was always searching for something more. Because I have a heart to help people, to see people nurtured, to help them grow. I think I was always looking for a platform to be able to do that. So because I'm a pastor's kid, I definitely didn't want to become a pastor. That was not where I wanted to go. However, I did want to have that opportunity to be able to invest in people's lives. And I saw that it was advertised that there had been a previous master license holder in South Africa, and they were looking at continuing the image innovators in South Africa. So that was where the seed got sowed. And I always believe that there's divine intervention. I believe that I saw that advert because God had a plan for my life. And he had a plan that I didn't even know about. He had planned it like probably when I was born, you know, and here I was on holiday. My husband and I were celebrating our 20th wedding anniversary. We were on the most exotic island. And all we did for the whole week that we were away, we spoke about, do I or don't I? And I had so many reservations, and I'll tell you why I had them. Because again, I was scared. I was scared of failing. I was scared of not being the right person for that position. I was scared that I might bloop it up. And then I decided, as Richard Branson said, if something scares you, jump at it, go for it. And when I got onto that plane to come home, I had decided there and then I was going to do it. And let me tell you, the things that I was afraid of, they weren't even small to me. They were monumental. I was so scared of speaking in public. Actually, made me want to vomit. I mean,
you mean it did make you vomit? To make you vomit, it actually made you vomit more than once.
So
that's why you need a wingman.
Exactly.
And hold the bucket and someone to hold your hair.
Exactly. And I can tell you right now, there are certain things that people are comfortable with, and there's certain people that aren't. But God has helped me grow. He has helped me be more confident. He's helped me. He got me involved in this company. And the only reason, well, one of the main reasons that I got involved was because I knew that Ronel was coming with me and that we were going to walk this journey together. And I can tell you right now that through the years or the time that we've been together, it's not just been a working relationship. It has become an intimate friendship. It's having a person that I trust and a person that helps me be the best version of myself. And I hope that I reciprocate that to Ronel. And yeah, so that's how I became part of Image Innovators. As I said, it was God, it was divine intervention, it was God intervention, it was his will for my life. And Ronel and I pride ourselves in, we lead with hearts on and hands on. So everything that we give to you, we make sure that our whole hearts are in it. We don't just do it because we have to, and we don't put bells and whistles on it. We give you the fundamentals. We give you the substance. So all of our tools that we give you, we make sure that it's the best of the best. Having come from an award-winning, most of our products have been awarded with awards from the AICI. So everything that we give you, we make sure that it is foolproof. It is 110% the best of the best. And you know what? We wouldn't want to give you products and not be the best of the best. So what we give you is our best of our best, and we're proud of that. So
absolutely.
So that is just a little about me, and I think that I have really just talked the hind leg of a donkey, and I think it's about time that we hear a little bit of Ronel's story.
I'm so excited to share it with you, because it's not amazing as yours, but it is something to share. And I think it's so important that one does share your story every now and then. I think a lot of people sometimes miss how people relate to journeys. So even if they feel like they can relate to you, or sometimes they feel they can't relate to you, but then once you've shared your journey, it's so much more relatable. I think a lot of people see the now, they don't see the beginning. We always say, and we always encourage our consultants as well, do not compare your beginning to someone else's middle or someone else's end. And I think that's why social media in today's day and age is almost such a toxic thing. It's something that we love. It's something that we use. It's an amazing business tool. It's an amazing platform, but at the same time, it can be quite discouraging, and it can be something that steals joy from you and your business, because you constantly compare without even knowing. In your subconscious, you see people achieving things, you see people doing well in their businesses, you see people travel and do things and earn money, and you're not there. But at the same time, you don't see where they started, and you also don't see the bad in their life. And it's important for us to every now and then share our journeys, just because you never know who needs to hear it in that time that you share it. And that's why we also are doing the session and recording it to put it online, so that you can actually watch it whenever you feel like you need a word of encouragement, or you feel like you just want to kind of go back to basics, to where it all started. So apparently, when I listen to my mom and all the stories she tells me about me as a little girl, I was very shy, very introverted, and no confidence at all. So at the age of 5, my mom decided to enroll me for modeling classes. Just not because she thought like I was the prettiest girl. I obviously was, you know, I was like,
of course you were.
But just because she had this friend who told her it's going to be good for her confidence. It's just going to learn her how to walk, how to sit, how to stand, how to speak, and how to feel a little bit good about herself, and like get her out of that little shy corner. And my mom was like, okay, she's got to take this chance, because my brother is like super extroverted, and I've got a younger sister who's super extroverted. So she wanted to help a girl out, you know. She's like, okay, we're going to get this one. She's going to be okay. So she enlisted me for the classes, and I went for the classes. And apparently, I don't remember this, but apparently this is her favorite little part of this journey of mine, is we had a year-end function for the whole class. All of us went to the Spur, and we were singing and dancing and playing. And little Ronel ended up dancing on a table in Spur when she was 5 years old, because from a modeling class. So you know what? There's hope. There's hope for everyone. obviously that really did help a lot, and that's not where it ended. So my mom enlisted my sister and we started going together, and it always was such a fun and exciting little thing we got to do together. And then eventually my brother joined. So all three of us went to modeling classes. We had fun. We learned to walk, sit, stand, speak. And until today, it's something that literally went throughout my high school, well, pre-primary, primary, high school, throughout school years. Even though I was an introvert and even though I wasn't popular, and I had a very popular brother and sister and a very extroverted brother and sister, it really did help me to have something that was a little bit for me, something that really helped me to just discover, you know, like hidden talents, like little things that really encouraged me to kind of grow into the person that I am today. And I'm forever grateful for my parents for that, because at the end of the day, we were blessed with parents who really did invest a lot of time and a lot of effort in developing us as kids. And even as a grown-up now, my parents are always interested in what I do, how I do it, what I'm involved with. They want to know if it's good, they want to know if it's bad, and they always encourage and they always like kind of push you a little bit harder. I know like I'm not a runner at all. I hate running. Everyone that knows I hate running, but I try because my husband runs and I want to run with him. My family runs and I want to run with them. So even though I'm the slowest, my dad always says, he used to take me along when my brother and my sister used to like go for outdoor runs, trial running. They were doing landloop is what's called in Afrikaans. I don't know what it's called in English. It's like off-road running, but
trail running,
competition running, but for competitions. So then my dad used to take them, but I also had to compete. So I don't even know why, because I can't run, but I used to like run. And then he used to say like, I'm a calendar runner. So I don't run for time on a stopwatch. I run according to the calendar. So it's always an inside family joke, but it's given me the confidence to know that even though I'm slow and even though I'm not as good as some of the other people, I have endurance, I have stamina, and I have the mindset to finish what I start. So even though it wasn't about the running, it was about those little things that were kind of like invested in you, and kind of like it was more about the family time that you get to spend together than it was about winning or running. Or so I think at the end of the day, growing into the person I am today, like really came a long way. It's not something that happened overnight. And even today, I think a lot of people look at me and they feel like I've got it all together. And it's not the case at all. Like, I mean, we all have bad days. We just don't share it. We all have days where we doubt our skills. This is like the funny part is I actually never intended to be an image consultant. I never intended to be a makeup artist. I literally wanted to be an air hostess, and I went to study hospitality because that was going to help me. I got like my qualifications sorted and I was on my way, and then I met my husband and we fell in love and we gave love a chance. And I think that's when we realized that obviously God's plan is always different than ours. We never know where we're going to head. Went into corporate for a few years, loved being in the corporate environment, really good salary. And then I started doing makeup as a hobby because one of my friends asked me to. And then I just absolutely loved it, and it completely bloomed, but I knew that it wasn't a full-time career. So I needed something extra, and there was a position that went open with the South African Image Academy way back when, and it was half of the pay that I was getting as a corporate, but I said, okay, we're going to take a salary cut and we're going to try this out because it's going to give me more time to do makeup. And then I can get like a foot into the door to get a little bit more known into the industry. And it's going to help me, you know, like learning from the best of the best. And I took a salary cut and I absolutely loved my job. Worked with the company for 2 years, managed the company and ran the company for 2 years, because at that stage, the lady who owned the company got pregnant and she literally wasn't like hardly in the office. So completely thrown into the deep end, did the training through the company because it was like a prerequisite. And then I was a qualified image consultant and I was like, oh my goodness, okay, so like this is it, like we're doing this now, like, okay. So then the company got sold and I met Kyla, and I'm so happy that our paths meet because I really do see just like the bigger picture. When I work with Kyla, I think like this is something neither of us expected, but God really just made it like so obvious that this is what needed to happen. And every now and then we're like, oh goodness, no, this is stuff. We're just gonna stop. We're not stuff. And then God goes, hey, I said we're doing this. And then Kyla and I go, okay, we're doing this. Like, we're doing this. We don't even know every day, all day how we do it. But we know we do what we need to do, and we get guidance from above, and we get guidance from our head office, and we get guidance from people around us. And at the end of the day, I think the most important thing for people to remember is that you don't always know it all. You won't always be equipped, but you need to challenge yourself. You need to fake it till you make it, because at the end of the day, if you fake it and you make it, you have the confidence to take on the next step. But if you're too scared to take on the first challenge, you're never going to get past that stepping stone. And I think a lot of people don't realize how much everything can change for them if they just step out of the comfort zone just a little bit, just a little bit. Yes, it's going to make you vomit. Yes, it's going to feel anxious and give you sleepless nights. But the reward is absolutely phenomenal. It's next level. And you cannot explain that feeling to someone, the feeling of, I've conquered my fear. I've conquered this challenge. It just really does equip you in a way that you never knew possible. And then you can take on the next thing that's going to grow you. It's going to grow your business. And you're going to set an example for people out there. And you're most possibly going to encourage someone to also do the same. And I think it's important to note, one of the main things that I always, like, I believe this full-heartedly, and I always run with this, is that your vibe attracts your tribe. Your support system is everything. Even if it's just one person, that support system in your journey is everything. To me, it was my parents, knowing like I didn't really have friends, but I had family. To me, that was everything. And now I have so many friends. I have people who love me, who love spending time with me. And it's just because I've developed into a person that I'm now confident with who God made me to be. And I know, like, I'm not amazing, I'm not the best, but I'm confident in the skills that I do have. And I'm confident in the gifts that God has given me. I know that I was made to work with people, with women specifically. And I would have never been able to develop into this person if it wasn't for the previous challenges. My one rule I live by is that you are worthy, and you should feel worthy. And I want to make women and people out there feel worthy, worthy of themselves, worthy of people around them, just worthy in general, worthy of the things that they want for themselves. And you can get that if you surround yourself with the right people and you equip yourself with the right things. We sometimes get consultants who really are scared, and they're not sure of the next step, and they're not sure if they're doing things right. But no one knows that you're not doing it right. That's like the little golden sunshines that no one knows you don't know. So if you fake it, no one's going to know. If you feel like you're not sure, just remember there's always going to be someone else that's also not sure. And there's always going to be someone else that knows less than you. So just always pretend that you're the expert in your field until you are. Pretend that you know what you're speaking about until you do. Knowledge is power. If you have the right tools, the right equipment, the right people in your field, you can conquer literally everything and anything. And obviously, like, to me, God in your corner, but you can literally conquer anything if you're associated with the right things, the right tools, the right resources. And this is, in general, speaking to everyone. Yes, we are addressing image consultants. We are addressing our journey. But at the end of the day, it's about people in general. It's about you feeling worthy. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. If you're watching this and you're a lawyer, you can also fake it till you make it. It's okay. Like, maybe someone will know, but I'm sure there's still going to be people that don't know. So at the end of the day, you just need to do you, and you need need to make sure that you equip yourself with everything you need. And yes, there will be failures, but that's also necessary. We need to fail in life in order to conquer the next thing, even if it is just to conquer that fear of failing. It's also okay.
Exactly. And I think the one thing that we guarantee is our training with Image Innovators South Africa is that the minute that you step out of the classroom, you might lack in confidence to carry out what you've been taught, but you have been taught everything that you need to know that makes you equipped as an image consultant. You then have to take that knowledge, that skill, and you've got to implement it into your business. And that is where I think, as Ronel said, it's about who you surround yourself with. And we pride ourselves in having the most beautiful, incredible consultants within our, we call it our family, because you know what, that is actually how we see it. And within our family, we've got so many beautiful, talented, vibrant, passionate women and men, and that is who you're surrounding yourself with, and those are the people that are going to encourage you to be like, to grow, to go out there, to just learn more.
I think one of the main things that people, especially image consultants, and we really do encourage our image consultants to take heart in what I'm going to say now, is that we always believe in community over competition, always. We are a family. We don't compete with each other. We don't need to. We all have our own client base, our own talents. A client that wants to come to me is not necessarily going to want to go to Kyla, because we don't offer the same services. And even if we do, we're not the same person. We're not the same personality. So you're going to go to the person that relates to you and who you relate to and that you feel comfortable with, and someone who you feel you would be comfortable with sharing your journey. So at the end of the day, you need to know that it's not a competition. We're not out there to compete with each other. We literally share open everything about our industry, about our journeys, about our businesses. Whatever you want to know, I'll put it out there for you if it's going to help you, because at the end of the day, even if you use it, you're not going to use it in the same way. And even if you use it in the same way, it's not going to have the same effect, because we're not the same person. So we believe in taking hands. And if you're really good in a style consult and you're confident in a style consult, but you still lack in the color department, then take hands with a consultant that really is good in a color department and offer a joint course or a joint group session or a group consultation, or help each other out. That's what it's all about. Taking hands with people that can help you in the areas where you lack until you're confident enough in those areas. And you know what? It goes vice versa, because they might need something that you're comfortable in. So at the end of the day, that's very important to us. And I think that's the main reason why we really wanted to share our journeys with you today, is so that you can see that, yes, it seems like we got it all together. We're really into this. We love what we do. We post about it. We've got amazing consultants. But it's also a daily struggle, and it's real, and it's supposed to be. And if it's not a daily struggle, then we're obviously not doing it right, because you have to struggle. That's normal.
Exactly.
It's how we grow.
Exactly. And I think that's just embracing the fact that it doesn't always have to be perfect.
Yes.
Because guess what? I've never had a client come to me and say, I am beautiful. My body is super hot. I am super incredible. I've never had anyone come to me. People are coming to you because they need your help. And at the end of the day, you're giving them a little piece of you. So make sure it's a good piece of you. Make sure that it's the empathetic piece of you. Make sure that you don't bring them down. They're coming there so you can build them up. And I think that's basically how we decided to run Image Innovators South Africa. Is we're there to build people up. We're there to help you be strong. And I was just, when you were talking, Ronel, about holding hands with people, and I don't know if you ever remember at school, we used to play that game, Red Rover, Red Rover. we call whoever over. And the more hands you held in your sort of partnership in that Red Rover line, the harder it was for people to get through. And the harder it was for that wall to be broken. And I think that is just such an awesome sort of description about holding hands and being strong together and just being solid and being the core. And I think that is just, yeah, it's amazing. And I think there's that saying with a little bird standing on the ledge, and it says, what if I fall, or what if I fail? And the mum looks up at the little bird and says, but my darling, what if you fly? And I think that is like really where we'd like to sort of, we'll leave you on that note today, is just to say, what if you fly? What if you didn't try? What if you hid your little light under a bushel and never let it shine? What a waste that would be. And so we want to encourage you today to just go out there, just turn that switch from dim to bright. Just fire it up. Just stand on that ledge and just take that leap of faith. And you know what? Ronel and I are always here for you, and we're always here to encourage. So if you do fall and you do hurt yourself, guess what? We will be there to help you bandage up, okay? And that is what we promise. Right, so what we would like to tell you is, we've spoken about confidence today. We've spoken about our journeys of self-confidence, of how to build it, how to embrace it, how to develop it. What we're going to do is next month in our Style Lounge, we will be inviting a panel that will actually help us to find where our weak points are and to strengthen those. They are skilled, they are schooled in the department. So yes, we are here to encourage. Now we are going to take it one step further, and we are going to help you be able to answer questions that you may have to a skilled panel and schooled panel that know the right answers. So
if you have any questions for us regarding lack of confidence, or how to find yourself, be comfortable with yourself, or just do what you want to do in the best way you possibly can, then please leave your questions either in the comment section, or you're welcome to email them to us or send us a private message on our socials. We would really like to address as many questions as possible, and for you guys to just sit in and chat about it openly. Like, what can you do to instill that confidence in you if this session didn't help? So yeah, please reach out.
And we would just like to say this has been amazing. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we can't wait for next month, when we delve a little bit further into sort of the area of self-confidence, and not delving in, but actually rising above. And I think that is what is so exciting. So we're looking so forward to that. Wishing you all the most magnificent week ahead. And it has been such an honor and a privilege being with you today. So thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.